Hey everybody, welcome to the Kon Heads episode 7. Today we're starting our Bleach series part 1. It's going to take a while, so we're going to be separating this into the first arc. With me I have
Dr. J,
Carlos,
Jackson,
Jared,
and I'm Thomas.
Woo! This is his episode.
This is my episode. For those of you who don't know, Bleach is my absolute favorite anime of all time.
You don't let us forget.
I do not, actually. I remind them...
Do you like it more than Gundam? Do you like it more than Gundam?
Oh.
Answer that.
do you like it more than Zeppelin?
Is it better than Max?
And yes.
What if they made Zeppelin Gundams?
That were made out of Bleach characters.
Bleach characters plastered all over.
I'd probably just jizz and die.
Thomas died a very, very happy death.
Do I like it more than Gundam?
Yes.
I have to say I probably do now, yeah.
Wow.
When I met him, he was all about.
I was all Gundam. I still am all Gundam at times, but...
Now he's got a big old bleach on.
now I got a big old bleach stain on me.
Max, man.
Max, man. Zeppelins,
man.
Zeppelins fill the sky. The whole sky's gonna
Fly
be
out. Fly out the sun, please.
Well, anyway, we're starting our Bleach series, so this is going to be a while because if you don't know, Bleach is actually 366 episodes long.
It's one of the big three.
Wow.
One of the big three that includes One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach.
One Piece
How
is
many-
bad ass, by the way.
You shut your mouth.
That is.
I had to get it out there.
That was the one joke of the day.
Yeah, don't take anything he says seriously. It's not true.
How many seasons is that, Thomas?
24.
Whoa,
24
bro.
seasons. And believe it or not, Bleach started all the way back in 2005.
Yep.
I don't believe it.
And believe it or not, Case Close is actually longer than that.
Yep.
That's a whole other podcast.
Second longest running anime in history.
Jesus.
All right, let's dive into the Bleach.
Let's dive into this. All right, Joseph, what was your introduction to Bleach?
Well, like it should be. I was in college because Bleach is all.
There's a time and a place for Bleach.
And that's college. So yeah, it was Adult Swim.
Yeah.
And I didn't get on the bandwagon right away because
Of course. It's because it's Joseph.
You guys are so far behind.
I was like, "What is this show?"
I introduced you to the big three.
Yeah.
Because I started Bleach and Naruto, and you're like, oh, those are stupid.
Well, we can talk about Naruto some other time, but
Naruto was stupid, so.
But Bleach, I didn't really get. There was a lot of characters, and then I got on. I'd watch like a couple episodes and be that stupid Don, whatever.
Oh, Don.
Kanonji?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm done with this.
That is a stupid freaking episode.
my god.
But the episode that really got me back into it, really hooked me, was the one where Uryu is fighting.
Mayuri?
Yeah, Mayuri. That's it. That episode with the whole baby
was
worm
cool.
thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty awesome.
That's when I used to like Uryu. Like, he was
Yeah.
cool in that.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
was. That was a way
So
awesome scene.
that's when I decided that I'm gonna watch the show.
Carlos.
I started watching this.
Back in the old days.
Let's see here.
On the VHS.
Pretty much.
Rewind our tapes!
Late junior high, early high school. I don't really remember the time frame, honestly. It was so freaking long ago. I watched the original episodes from Japan, of course, because I always do.
In the sub.
You always do, bro.
I like fresh.
That's what I love about you.
I love fresh. Anyways, so there was like 4 or 5 episodes out in Japan, and like, I was trolling the forums, and people were just like, "Hey guys, y'all should check out this anime. It's badass." I was like, "Okay." Downloaded it, and I was like, that's pretty much exactly that reaction. I actually watched it in school, which is really funny because I downloaded it the night before.
So during math, you're like, woo!
No,
Teacher was like, 2 times 2 is
2 times 2 is bunker!
Okay, didn't happen. Yeah, don't joke like that. No, it was just, I downloaded it on freaking just a CD, and first episode popped it in during like computer class, and it was just like, yes. It was pretty awesome. all my friends started watching it, and they were like, "Dude, this is badass." So.
All right, so Jackson, what was your introduction to Bleach?
All right, my introduction to Bleach was that of the illegal variety.
Oh!
I used to have a friend,
True talk.
and he. guys, this doesn't go anywhere.
Kon Heads
This
After
stays
Dark.
with us.
And the internet.
This stays with us. I used to have a friend, and kind of like Carlos, he would always get stuff way before anybody was ever supposed to have it through like torrenting and stuff. And he actually
What I
taught
do.
me how to torrent. And for whatever reason,
Dude, torrent, bro!
and for whatever reason, I was
You torrent?
Dude, I torrent. All right, guys,
I torrented
I'm
first.
a torrent. All right.
I created the first torrent.
So I torrent this anime, and it was the first thing I ever torrented. And holy crap, did I get viruses? Did I get viruses out the ass for this? But so worth it. That's season 1
Lost
of
3
Bleach.
computers because of
I literally got like 3,000 viruses a day. Like there'd be the point you would like add up like 30 internets would just pop up as soon as I turned my computer.
You're not like, please! God, kill me!
Just kill me now!
I just want Bleach.
All because of Bleach, dang it. But the first season, I consider it worth it. I consider it. That computer, may you rest in peace as you died a slow, horrible, painful death.
How'd you use Bleach on the computer?
Caused by, like, in the subbed version of this show, I'll always appreciate the sub more.
I love the sub.
Yeah, the sub.
The English is good, though. Alright,
Yeah.
a few animes I can go
See, I
for.
didn't really
You can
like
go both
it.
ways.
I did not.
Carlos,
like
both
the
ways.
English.
Both ways.
I'm sorry.
It's good. They're both fine.
I
but
cannot
prefer it
move on
subbed.
this. It's not good in English. I'm sorry. I can't move on that.
Well, we'll talk about this.
Moving on!
Yeah, moving on.
Jared.
Well, that was just an awesome story. I don't really even want to go, but it's like
it was
like
in his mother's
Joseph's.
basement.
Yes. It's like Joseph's. I watched it when it first aired on Toonami and Adult Swim.
Yeah, it was adult.
Because I remember the promos is like a young man gets powers and whatever. So
narrator.
yeah, I was like, so I'll watch it, and I got hooked, and I've watched it ever since.
Ichigo Kurosaki was a
If
normal.
I had seen it in English the first time, I probably wouldn't have watched it.
yeah,
Really?
I've seen it.
I probably would not have watched it because
Wow.
My 8th grade brain, plus the fact that this was like illegal, plus the fact
It was
that,
just all into like.
oh, this is the most incredible experience anime wise.
yeah. See, I mean,
I love
and the
first season.
Japanese voices, they were just so epic.
Yeah.
And, it was just like, yeah.
Yeah,
No, I probably wouldn't have watched it if I
Yeah,
had
if I had
seen
seen
it
it in
English first.
college, I don't know. I probably would have like laughed at it, thought it was stupid, and quit.
I probably would have thought it was like Naruto, and I hate Naruto. So
Naruto.
yeah,
Naruto.
Naruto.
You don't even say it.
Naruto? Naruto?
No.
It's
Go back
Naruto.
Go back to the block and watch your Naruto!
We're American, sir. It's Naruto.
It's bad.
Alright, so Jared, yours was Toonami, right?
Yes.
Wait,
Adult
my
Swim.
phone.
Adult Swim, sorry, my bad. My bad. Alright,
Do you know what's
so
on there?
getting on to my...
Lots
porn.
of illegal stuff.
Yeah.
Illegal. Just straight up, the whole phone's affected.
So getting on to my introduction to Bleach, it was kind of weird because I actually had 3 introductions to Bleach. Where it entered my life, but I just kind of like blew it off. I'm like, whatever.
Gundams and Zeppelin.
Exactly! I was still there!
My Zeppelins, bro.
My absolute first...
The show doesn't have Zeppelins or
introduction
Gundams.
Well, my first introduction to Bleach was actually in the movie theaters. They had a promo for Fade to Black. And there's like, for one night only, Bleach, the movie, Fade to Black. I'm like, looks kind of cool, but then the previews rolled and I completely forgot about it. So, I didn't remember.
As Thomas does.
I do that. My next one was when Bleach had a very, 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 like, 2-day stint on Netflix. It was on Netflix for like 2 days, and then it was gone.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Nobody knew it was on there. I'm like, this looks kind of cool, and then it was gone. I'm like, whatever, so I moved on. And then that's when also, after that, I became roommates with Jared, and he
Tragic time.
he like I like woke up, because this is also when I was working nights, and so I was kind of like in this small haze when I walked out of my room. He's like, dude, you gotta come check this out. And it's when Aizen's fighting Ichigo for the is when he comes back, and Ichigo like all Bankai'd, and his sword is all wrapped around the chain.
Wait,
And,
that's the first time?
Yeah, we were watching the end of it.
Like, it was like when it was airing. So.
Holy shit!
I'm getting to it, you son of a bitch!
I didn't know
Did you see the sincere shock in that man's face?
And that's when Ichigo takes Aizen like full in the face with his hand. And
Don't say it like that.
Sorry. In the face.
I probably liked it, right?
It's where Ichigo like grabs Aizen by the face and just like yanks him across like Kurohara town, and like outside town, his like body slams him into the ground. And I was going like,
That's one of the coolest.
I'm like, holy shit, that's
good.
That's one of the best beginnings to like a fight for a
With that
main
electric
boss.
guitar and the ladies.
And just the dialogue, like Aizen just spouting off nonsense, and then they keep
And
up,
then
like,
each one doesn't even
mid-sentence.
say shit. He just cuts him off.
like mid sentence too, so just.
He's
just like ready.
And in my like sleep depraved, like half awake mind, I'm like, holy shit, I gotta check this out. So I watched most of it on
Thomas, holy shit.
Son of a bitch.
Can't even
That's not a Zeppelin.
Exactly.
Actually better than a Zeppelin.
And so I watched about 100 episodes on YouTube before they get
The
taken
next
down.
day.
Then Jerry introduced me to Crunchyroll, and then I finished them all.
The rest was history.
Yeah. And I finished that like I think I finished the rest of it in like in a month.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of.
Oh my god.
I know. I was surprised.
I wish I
No, yeah, Joseph was like, I was like, is that all we didn't see for like a month? I'm like, yeah,
He
probably.
bleached his brain. Like he bleached
I
himself.
bleached my
I
brain.
wish I could have done that because fucking I had to wait a week for years
Oh,
to get.
The good old way, man.
Yeah.
The good old way.
God, I could not do that. the amount of episodes in this show is just staggering.
I've grown into a man waiting for these episodes.
Yeah.
Seriously, I did. I went from
Yeah, I
fucking
grew up.
junior high to out of high school. Fucking.
However, Bleach kind of dissolved for me. It's
Yeah.
the glory of it, like this beginning arc.
Okay, let's
not.
Okay, wait.
let's get to that because that
Okay.
We're getting
introduces
into
our
that.
next topic.
Okay, so
All right, the basic Bleach story. Now, the basic Bleach story is this 15-year-old kid named Kurosaki Ichigo. He is a kid that can actually see ghosts inside of his little town, and
He's emo.
he is pretty emo at the very beginning. He's very emo.
are you kidding me? He's way less emo in the beginning.
What?
Are you in? Did you watch it?
I did.
Did you even bleach, man?
Did you even bleach, bro? All right, I'll give my opinion on this here.
Okay.
Well, in this little town of his, he meets this this girl that just like walks into his room at like what 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that.
She's like
Yeah.
outside fighting.
Yeah.
Well,
And then she runs into his.
she runs into his house, and he's like, "What the hell? Who are you?" And she's like, "You can see me."
Not right away. She completely ignores him.
Yeah.
Because she just can't tell. She doesn't
Well,
know he's actually talking
kicks
to her.
her. He kicks her, and she's like, "You can see me? What the hell?" And it turns out
Yeah,
she's
get the hell out
a
of my room.
and
the
turns
hell
out
are you?
she's a Soul Reaper or a Grim Reaper.
What kind of man would say that, by the way?
She's also in her like
wasn't
Soul
a man,
Reaper
he was a boy.
outfit. You know,
Yeah,
she's got a sword.
She's in a
She's got her-
black kimono. She's got a katana and everything else.
And she did just go up his second story through his roof. So
Yeah.
there's all
So he's
kinds
like,
of
"What?"
weirdness.
Well, he's like kind of freaking out. Like, who the hell is this?
Yeah.
So if you've seen a lot of anime, you've probably come across the word Shinigami, which means death god,
Death
which
god.
is what they are.
Like Grim
Sounds
Reapers.
so
Grim Reapers. is
freaking
what
cool.
they are.
Oh my god.
And what they do is they transport souls from the living world into the dead.
Yeah, only in the first season.
Yeah. Well, hold on. And
like the first
she goes
one.
outside to fight with these things called hollows, which are tormented souls that have latched on to the living world and are unable to pass on. And they manifest themselves in like these big creatures with these white masks.
Yep, hollows.
And,
Hollows.
Yep, hollows. And while doing this, her name's Rukia, by the way, Rukia Kuchiki.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cheeky. That's what her name was.
and
Cheeky.
and she gets severely wounded, and the only way that she can think to fight this hollow is to give
Warrior
Ichigo.
Prince. Yes.
Jared.
Jared, you're fucking up, man.
No, it's just screensaver.
Okay, so where
All
are
right, I'm on the basic part.
we? Okay.
The only way that she can think of to like protect herself and Ichigo and Ichigo's family is to give Ichigo her
Soul Reaper powers.
Soul Reaper powers.
Shinigami
Wasn't
powers.
she getting her butt kicked though?
Yeah.
She protected Ichigo. That's what happened.
Yeah, no, she didn't really get her, but she just jumped in and then it bit her,
It bit her, like,
really hard.
really bad. And so
It
she
nommed
gives Ichigo.
Nommed her.
Nommed her.
So she gives Ichigo her powers, and he becomes a Shinigami or a Soul Reaper. And then he kicks absolute ass with his huge sword. Matt,
Austin's song plays,
like-
and then he's
yeah.
like,
Yeah, he's just like, yeah.
And this sword is huge. It's like Cloud Strife, like Buster
Yeah.
sword type.
It's by far the coolest.
It is
coolest
awesome.
form of Ichigo. I'm sorry, I said it.
Okay.
There we go.
Lied.
So that's the basic premise. Then he meets friends, he meets enemies, he makes enemies into friends.
frenemies.
frenemies.
The whole shonen.
He has a lot of frenemies. I'm
the
not gonna
whole
lie.
shonen type of, what you expect to come from.
Basic enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
basic enemy.
Yeah, it's just
Well, the whole
Basic
first
shit.
season is mostly just him going around with Rukia
Right,
because
bro.
she doesn't have any Soul Reaper powers.
So he's doing her job
And he
as
has-
a substitute Soul Reaper.
Right. He is the substitute Soul Reaper.
And then when you talk about Bleach, that's kind of the biggest divide between fans is whether you like that first season and hate the rest, or you like that first season and you kind of like the rest.
Or hate the first season and like the rest.
No.
I have never encountered that. Never encountered that. But
If you do feel that way, tell me. Cause I've
Please
never.
comment on that, because I want to meet you.
Yeah.
So Jackson,
You're special.
take it away on this tone.
Okay.
Tone change.
Do it, bro.
In the original, and I thought that this was so cool. The entire concept was based around like hollows and how like they were on this side and that they were not supposed to be here and they were a problem. And these guys called Soul Reapers are the ones that are doing something about it by fighting them and everything.
They're transporting the dead.
What they really do is purify their souls so they can pass on to the Soul Society.
Yeah, and the hollows are kind of
they're-
creepy.
Unless they did evil deeds before they died,
Yeah.
then they go straight to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, what? It's been a really long time since I've seen it. What exactly were hollows?
They were.
They were just souls that were stayed in the human
Yeah,
world.
they
lingered.
moved on.
Didn't move on, and so they became corrupted.
'Cause I remember-
either by other hollows or just by being lingering too long.
Yeah, because I remember specifically the Orihime and her brother episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he became a hollow because he
Well, he
latched
was
on.
attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was attacked.
Yeah.
And then she, like, for whatever reason, she could see him, remember?
Yeah.
Like, she had that chain.
She's special.
Well, she got ripped out of her body.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
she could see him.
But, like,
Her spirit was.
hollows, aren't they, like, kind of doing bad things in the world and stuff? Because, like, hollows are super freaky, and they're kind of this
Well,
weird...
the only thing they're really doing is they're feeding upon
Other
either
souls.
Yeah, 'cause-
other lingering souls, or possibly trying to help kill people so they can feast upon
And
them.
sometimes they
So
can
they can level
manipulate.
up.
Yeah. And sometimes they manipulate our world, like if
Yeah,
something
to-
falls or something, like breaks or something like that.
Yeah, basically helping things along as far as
Well,
killing.
hollows get like massive. Like there's one that's as big as a building.
Minos Grande.
Yeah, Minos Grande. Which
but
they
it's
come
a
into contact
collection of
later.
like 100.
Yeah.
100
Yeah.
freaking.
Well, that's more like a mass hive than an actual.
So this
hollow.
this
It-
first
it's
season,
completely brainless. It's super powerful, but brainless. Has
Basically,
no-
just shoots off cereals, right?
Yeah,
No,
it's
doesn't
base
matter.
instincts.
So this
Fuck
first
yeah.
season works kind of like a detective show,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
He goes around like solving these cases.
I'll give you a great example. It's kind of like Yu Yu Hakusho, where he starts off as a spirit detective,
Yeah, and he
and then he ends off as Goku. It's basically that.
Pretty much it.
Yeah, the difference between and it's a lot darker of a theme, if you ask me, in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because, like,
I don't know. The Pecos Mundo got pretty.
was it kind of dark?
I hated Wakamundo.
I did too.
I like Winkle.
It was okay, and then it just drug.
God, it drug on.
Plus, I don't like it when there's 15 fights going on. What I do love about this first season,
And Ichigo's
But okay,
absolutely.
only
Ichigo and Rukia.
Freaking what's his face, and that was all in Hueco Mundo pretty much.
Yokira?
Well, that
Grimjaw?
and Grimjaw.
I don't like Grimjaw because
He's an ultimate frisbee player.
he really is. He plays ultimate.
If you know, Jackson is a advocate of the ultimate frisbee art.
He's an advocate.
Not just an advocate.
It's more of a way of life.
The ultimate frisbee guy. You want to know about frisbee? You come to me.
That's for ultimate.
Ladies and
Frisbee
gentlemen, this is
podcast
Jackson.
with-
He's not only the president, but the founder.
And if you don't like ultimate
And the
frisbee,
only
then
member.
fuck you. All right.
Well, anyway.
So, you were saying that you like this season for better than the rest, right?
This entire beginning. It's such a cool concept to me.
So if it would have kept going on like that, you would have watched it forever.
It would have got pretty stale, though, in my opinion.
I think it would have gotten stale way too.
But I do miss it.
It did get
it just-
almost.
it's kinda like
the point of staleness.
Samurai Flamenco, where he started
They
off
did
with
as much
small
as they could
crimes,
with
Yeah.
and he went off to like aliens.
Yeah.
You kind of do want it to go back to the small crimes.
The one thing I like about the first season is his family, because I love his family.
Yeah.
And it really focuses on them.
Good We'll get to that.
Okay.
Oh, we just got to that.
It just had it has so much more focus to me in the first season.
Well, what I liked about the first season was it was just Rukia and Ichigo fighting hollows and performing Konzo, like transporting spirits from the living.
A thing they'll never do again.
Completely gone.
It happens in
In a movie.
Yeah, it happens like in episode 342. I turned to Joseph and I'm like, that hasn't happened in like 10 seasons, man.
Yeah.
Well, they
Good
remember.
God.
Well, they're by that time it's so beneath them. I mean, that's
I
the
know.
lesser Shinigami.
They're like, pull up the power pole.
Go through this.
It's like when they actually use Nimbus again.
Yeah.
And you're like,
You're
oh.
like, what?
Oh, wow.
It's because Nimbus is still really fast, and he doesn't have to use his own energy.
Well,
And it's a delightful companion.
In the
I would love Nimbus. I would probably try.
well, the
Nimbus,
big thing
honestly.
is that the first season of Bleach is very, very unique to the entire series because they really don't go back to it at all, really. I mean, the rest of it is just Ichigo fighting these immensely powerful evil characters.
Yeah, that are not really hollows anymore. Like hollows
Oh,
were
God.
very like ghost-like, and now
Hollows are like cannon
humanoid.
fodder now
Yeah.
compared to Ichigo. Ichigo,
Yeah.
like, can obliterate like hundreds in just
They're
one
kind
strike.
of neutral as the show went on.
Yeah, they just kind of in the
In fact,
crossfire.
hollows aren't even necessarily bad anymore.
No.
Ichigo is a freaking hollow for crying out loud.
Well, we'll get to that in another podcast. Don't give it too much away.
Oh, am I? Oh, am I? All right. Well,
Actually, in this podcast.
In
Yeah, at the very end.
well, in this first season, also moving
No,
on
when
to
he
our,
trains with Urahara, that's when he starts.
moving
That's
on
not
to
bad.
the next subject. In this first season, we're introduced to quite a few characters. Joseph, what is your favorite character
Of
introduced?
the land of the living.
In the land of the living. first.
land of the living.
I like Uryu.
Ryu?
Yeah. Because he's kind of like his Vegeta.
He's kind of cool at the
Oh.
first. At first.
of course we're not.
I like Duty.
I like
He was
his-
kind of cool.
Like I said, he's cool in the first.
In the beginning.
I
rescue
like the
arc.
three main
Yes.
friends: Uryu, Orihime, and Chad.
They were way
Chad
cooler in
was
this first.
amazing.
Chad is
I don't
so
think
cool.
anybody's.
That's stud of a man.
He really tries.
In the beginning,
does.
how they introduced Chad is hilarious.
He's like Krillin. He really tries to keep up.
He's like a guy right over here with
Hey,
a
he
motorcycle,
gets
so I
really
picked him up
powerful,
and
you know.
walked him to the hospital.
What, you got hit by a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Bear in mind, these guys are in junior high. All right, Chad is a beast.
Okay, but I do hate.
Dude, I you just fall on your head. I'm good.
I do hate that stupid Don Quixote guy.
Donkey
Okay.
OG.
Was that a filler episode? Please tell me that was.
No, it's not.
No, it's
That's
not.
like the one really bad episode. Of the first
It's
season.
horrible,
It is
isn't
a
it?
Bad
You
episode.
know who he's like? Hercule.
Oh, he is. He's her.
He is the Hercule of this series.
He really is.
Though I do find him hilarious.
I will
Hercule's
get
hilarious.
a little
Hercule's
controversial and say that I do like his friend at school, the one that's always yelling.
The one that just
Really?
constantly
Yeah.
yells.
Yeah.
That
Why
guy's
is he-
so fucking annoying.
that character.
I hate that
I
guy.
think he's kind of funny.
I hate him and his little friend with the cell phone.
Oh, yeah, that guy's freaky.
That guy's weird.
Oh, the one who sleeps with like older women.
Yeah.
He like
Dude, he's
kills,
like my idol.
he
I
like
wanted
kills
to-
people, I think.
Okay.
Carlos, who is your favorite
Character.
Land of the Living character?
Land of the living.
Oh, I love the music in this.
Oh, we forgot to talk about that, but
Yeah.
Let me see.
We'll get onto that. That's a big
We
one.
want
The openings are always amazing. But anyways, favorite character.
us to come back.
Favorite human character?
Tillman.
His sisters?
Yeah, his sisters are pretty cool. They're funny as hell.
Karen's pretty cool. I like
Yeah,
Karen.
Karen.
Okay. Do you want to move on?
Come back. I'll
Okay.
figure it
Jackson.
Okay. Does Hat and Clogs count?
Yeah.
I loved him when he first got introduced.
I love
He's
him.
awesome,
He also doesn't.
Okay, for those who don't know who
Dad is awesome.
God damn it! What's her name? You
Yurichi?
no you.
Oh, the little girl?
You.
Oh, with the hut.
Yuru.
Oh,
Yuru?
Hat and Clogs is like assistant?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
she's freaking awesome.
Beats the crap
Especially
out of
when she
Ichigo.
like goes into like that whole
Where she
dead
snaps.
Yeah. Oh my god. I was just like.
Alright, so Mr. Hat and Clogs, he is I guess you'd call him a quartermaster in this, like, first arc for the Shinigami
He's like the guy that gives them information.
and supplies.
To me,
Yeah.
he's like the King Kai of this episode.
He kind of is, yeah.
He's the Bolton.
No, that's not true. He's the pacifier.
about this guy.
He's
I'm
the-
sorry, guys. I don't like this guy.
He's the
We don't
pacifier
know.
guy.
There's no
that
reason
guy?
to not like this guy.
He is cool.
He
so
is the
cool.
coolest guy.
He's got like a Led
Okay.
Zeppelin look to him. He's like 70s badassery.
He.
His sword is a girl, which blows my mind.
Yeah, they never do anything with that.
Oh, really? He's
Yeah.
already used it like 500 times. Why don't you get back to whatever you're doing? And
He is the good guy version of Aizen. That's all you have to know.
Is that bad?
Yes,
like
that's
he's a much
horrible.
lesserizing. Come on.
Alright,
Oh,
so
In the brain, Aizen is ridiculous with his brain, which is
No.
Yes,
stupid.
but fucking what's his face can obviously can outsmart him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
did
well, he
outsmart him.
outsmarted
He
him
did.
one time, which was very important, but it was
And it kind of fucked him.
yeah,
He's in jail.
alright,
So-
in his
so
own jail.
Jared, who is your favorite Land of the Living character?
Does his dad count?
Yes.
Damn it, because that was gonna be mine.
Well, he took Urahara, so I had to take somebody. Ishin is his father, and he's
Ishin
amazing.
Kurosaki!
He's
Yeah,
amazing.
He is the coolest.
He's hilarious. He's cool. You don't know much about him at first.
You really don't.
You don't know shit about
Which
it.
is so, which actually makes him that much better.
Yeah.
And he loves to wake up Ichigo in the morning by, like, these crazy, outlandish, like, kung fu moves. Like, the first, like, introduction you really get to him in the second episode is these pair of feet, like, off in the distance. And he goes, "Good morning, Ichigo!" And, like, Ichigo does, like, this kung fu move, and he, like, throws his dad out the second story window.
that picture of
I remember I laughed so fucking hard when that happened. I'm like, oh my god!
It's during the
So,
Bringer.
Yeah.
Land of the Living character, you think that's your favorite?
Yeah.
In this season?
Ishin or Ichigo.
Okay.
But that
So, Land of the
was only a
Dead.
year later.
So, Land of the Dead favorite
Land
character
of the Dead
for Joseph.
for me. So we're going to season 2.
We never.
Kind of.
Oh, we never went back to Carlos.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
we never
did
did
you-
go on.
Oh yeah.
No, I picked Uru.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah. The little girl.
Employee of Kurakuro shop or whatever that thing is called.
Or
Yeah.
Urahara shop.
Whatever, that guy sucks.
We're Shoten.
Oh my god. He's
Okay.
the coolest freaking character.
So they go this place called the Soul Society, where stuff happens.
Some stuff happened, you know. Just a chill place.
Is it?
We're introduced to the captains, right?
Yeah.
Did we get all the captains at first?
Yeah.
Most of them.
Most of them.
All the
yeah.
important ones.
I mean, you get glimpses of them. They just don't do anything.
Yeah. Well, my favorite captain is probably Byakuya.
Really?
Because he
He's
is.
so rude.
Okay, not only that, but Joseph is Byakuya, alright? Good God.
Is that a good thing?
Number 2 was the guy with the long white hair. I can never say his name. Ukitaki or something like that.
Yeah.
Ukitaki.
And
That's
3
Yuki's captain.
is the scientist guy, Mayori. The
Yeah.
better Hat and Clogs guy.
No, no, he's like the knockoff cheap brand guy.
Clogs whoop his ass. Easily. I bet.
Easily.
Carl?
Dead people?
Yeah,
Yeah.
favorite dead people.
Of this first arc.
That little kid in the first episode.
Let's see here. Geen.
Gene.
Really?
Captain Geen.
Yeah, he was so cool.
He was
so
amazing.
cool.
He
He was
looks
cool.
like a kitty.
He's a fox face guy.
Dude, Geen
Oh,
is
fuckface.
so beast.
How
I
he
don't even
killed
know.
that guy in the beginning, and you just like
God.
knew not to mess with him.
He didn't die though.
Yeah, they chopped his arm off. And they're like, oh, we'll put him back together. I'm like, what the
He just lost
I
like
think he's kind
12
of.
gallons of blood.
Yeah.
Well, he's enormous. I think he's just a wasted character.
Kenpachi's lieutenant because she's freaking hilarious.
Yoriichi
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like
No,
Not Yoriichi, it's
You're a
that. You're a chew or something.
Yurachi.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, guys,
all those
for
weird
butchering
names.
that.
Yeah.
sorry.
And plus the fact that
There's
she's
a
like
lot of characters.
the fact that she's like I don't know, like 8 and a lieutenant,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she has that mysterious
Yachiru.
Yachiru, yeah.
And she has the
She has the
equivalent.
whole. It's like
She has like the equivalent power of a captain.
yeah, it's just like
get the.
yeah, that's
It's pretty
crazy.
cool,
It's
man.
awesome, you know.
Pretty cool.
You know, they say you got the captain, that one kid captain. What's his face? The blonde-haired kid.
Oh, I hate that guy.
He does the ice shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's a guy?
Toshiro.
Toshiro, yeah. She's
What?
like him, but
It's a
1,000 times better.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don Kanoji is a filler episode, Jackson.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
You got one back?
It feels like filler.
More proof that
But he comes back
Filler
several times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even at Eisen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's probably a filler.
You got a last character?
Did you do 3?
No, I did 2.
Okay. Fireworks guy?
Oh god. Can't stand that guy.
Oh, dear.
Ichigo's cousin?
Yeah.
Alright, so Jackson, who's your favorite Land of the Dead character?
Probably Renji.
Oh!
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Renji's cool, we don't need that outburst.
No, Renji sucks.
Write that down, Internet! Jackson loves Renji.
He's just their Yamcha! He's the Yamcha! God damn it!
Definitely Kenny.
There are
Oh my
people who love
gosh.
Yamcha.
Kenpachi.
Yeah,
Pachi
Kenpachi.
Zaraki.
Oh, the fight. That was actually the second
Season.
thing I torrented. I got the whole entire first season.
It's
Skip
second
that
act.
fireworks stuff for some
Oh,
reason,
God.
and I got the Kenny fight.
And you
That's
like
not
it?
Just the Kenny fight episodes, and I was just like, this show is awesome. Like the Kenny fight is so.
Plus the music that introduces Kenny, that violin, like,
Yeah, and like it just how
Does
he
not
looks
do that
and
justice?
stuff. Like how
Yeah.
I thought he was like a pirate at first or something. I was just like, what?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like
the
he looks
iPad
awesome,
phone.
but I mean,
well, I liked when Geen, like, when you first get introduced to him, too, where Geen, like, drags him off. He's like, sorry, we don't mean to fight.
yeah,
It's in front of Byakuya.
definitely Kenny. Yeah. Ichigo's transition is really good too. Like from first season to second, because Ichigo, whenever he first gets there, and he has to fight the guy with the giant axe,
Yeah.
that was freaking legit. And like, I don't know,
Then Geen
Ichigo.
is like a
that guy looks like a
Yeah,
character.
Yeah. So Kenny and Ichigo are really cool.
Sad.
Also, there's a lot of good characters.
You gotta pick one more.
I like Hitsugai, alright? This guy, he's got a dragon, he's got an ice dragon.
He's
as a
the
backpack.
worst!
That's all I need. Ice
Hoshino,
dragon.
really?
Dude.
I don't mind Toshiro.
Plus,
He's 12.
yeah, but he's a captain and he's 12.
Yeah, but what's her face is like lieutenant, like 6.
And he's apparently like,
And she's as powerful
he's
as a
gonna
captain.
be a beast one day as soon as his Bankai grows into him. But like,
That grows into him.
yeah.
As soon as his Bankai does things to him.
Jared.
Jared.
Yeah.
Favorite
Jared.
Land of the Dead character.
Kenny.
Kenny.
The fact, like, when you first
You don't like
introduce him,
Puppy? What if you like Puppy?
Captain Puppy Face.
Puppy Face.
No,
Such a
like
joke.
you learn about the bells. Like if you can hear them, you can like kind of sense his power or something like that.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool to me.
Weird bells.
Yeah.
He does that so he can give the opponent an
And then when he
advantage.
takes off his
Eye patch.
eye patch,
And
it just
goes-
like doubles, if not triples, his
And wasn't
power.
that so cool? And that like skull face like came over Kenny.
Yeah.
And his like aura. You're just like, oh, this is amazing.
And then Ichigo peed his pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did freak out for a second.
And then I like Byakuya.
Byakuya's
He's
pretty
cool.
cool.
In fact, every time Kenny's been on, whether it's been like filler.
Why do you not like Byakuya? Don't
I'm
even
not
know
even
the
gonna. I'm not even gonna dignify that with an answer.
Like every time Kenny's been on, whether it's been filler or whatever, he's always made me smile. He's just
He is pretty funny though.
He's just the best.
He's like, we need to fight again. It's like, no.
No, don't touch me.
Don't touch her like that.
And then I really like Yoriichi. She's cool.
She's pretty cool.
Yoriichi's awesome.
Miss Cat.
I like her as a
Kitty
cat.
cats.
Gay.
She-
Man.
So you have one more?
I already said 3.
Oh, you did?
Kenny,
oh, yeah.
Byakuya, and her.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
You're right.
so my favorite characters, I had to go with the
Head
line-
captain.
Fuck you.
God.
God, I hate that guy.
Who?
The head
The
captain.
head captain, the old man.
What?
Man.
You do?
Yeah,
Old man Blazer.
he's a douchebag.
He's serious Roshi.
I think he's so
He's
cool.
serious Roshi.
Alright.
He's what Roshi wishes he was. Because Roshi was badass back when Goku was like, 5.
Yeah.
All right, so my top 3, I probably have to go with Byakuya, just because he's pretty cool. When you first get introduced to him, he's like
surrounded
super
by
fast. He
people.
almost kills Ichigo, but he doesn't because Rukia like spares him or convinces him to spare him, and that was just a cool like introduction. Like, holy shit, who is this guy? My second favorite is probably Rukia. I don't know, for this season it was just kind of cool because she's only in the first like 15 episodes and then we have a gap
Yeah.
where we don't see her for a
I
while.
always forget about her. She's one of my favorite, but
Yeah, well, she goes away.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing about Bleach I don't like is that she's this major character but she gets left out. In
Yeah.
fact, it's a big fan thing. They don't like that.
It makes you appreciate her more, damn it.
It does. It
less
does.
is more.
Yeah.
Rukia is awesome.
She's
They should just
definitely.
remove her completely from the anime. And then you would appreciate the hell out of
I
her.
have a pencil. And I'm ready to hurt you.
I'd say she's the best lieutenant,
She is she's like the only one worth a damn.
except for Pink
No.
Hair Girl.
And Renji.
That was a good one.
He has to be
got your joke.
Okay, no.
has to be
With
more
Renji, he is Byakuya's lieutenant.
He's gonna be as powerful as Aizen.
Shut up.
You already is.
You are throwing it today.
That's what he said, bro.
With Renji's introduction, he's actually kind of a badass. He like really hurts Ichigo
That one episode.
for 15 seconds, and then Ichigo's like, "Oh, I know how to access more power," and then just completely obliterates
That is the
Renji.
last time, Renji.
That was the last time. It was like a Vegeta moment, but it didn't last more than 15 seconds.
He kind of beat him up on their second fight too.
No.
No.
But then he learned how to access his power.
Again, yeah.
More power!
Yeah.
Because
You
Ichigo
remember-
does that.
Whenever Byakuya beat up Renji with his Shikai, when Renji was using his
Well, that's
big gun.
Byakuya.
Yeah.
He could do that
I'm just saying,
he could do that
it
to
sucks
Ichigo.
bad
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all the captains could have beat Renji.
with just their Shikai.
Yeah.
Well, Renji just recently.
I'm pretty sure
learned
Shuei
that.
could
I had
beat him with
no
his
idea.
So did
how to
Ichigo
use
against
it.
Renji, or against Byakuya though.
Yeah, but Ichigo wasn't a big, massive hulking thing. His was just like a freaking speed upgrade, so it
Yeah.
didn't take much to just figure out.
All right. Well, getting on to my absolute favorite character, and I think you guys can all guess who I like. If you say Renji, I'm gonna hurt you.
Is it Renji?
Aizen!
Isaac.
Aizen! Toshido!
Ichigo.
That's a puppy face.
I know. That's a puppy face. Of
You got
course.
so left out, man.
Well, the reason why I like Ichigo is
The voice actor.
if you don't know by now,
He's
my
the main character.
favorite voice actor of all time is Johnny Young
What if
Bosch.
Stephen Blum was in Bleach? That'd be
Then
awesome.
it would be too much for me. I would not be able to handle it. But
I would lose my shit.
I think I watched like half an episode in English, so.
That's it.
Yeah.
well, anyway.
And that was because of y'all, because I came
Yeah.
over and y'all had it, and I was like, oh god.
Well, with this, he's my absolute favorite voice actor, and to see this, I already watched it, a bit of it in the Japanese before I watched it in English, because Netflix apparently only had it in Japanese. And when I continued to watch it, like on YouTube, I'm like, oh, that's Johnny Young Bosch. Oh my god! And that was the reaction.
Sorry, fans.
Sorry. I had
Take
a,
off your headphones.
I had a Johnny Young Bosch
5
for a
seconds
second.
ago.
I just, God, I
We don't have
love.
fans.
I
Sorry,
was-
curious YouTuber.
Sorry, curious YouTuber can walk up. to suddenly clamor into this.
I loved everything that he did with his character. He even shouts really well.
I watched these.
It was really good, and so that's why I loved.
I think my mom
Ichigo's.
watches these.
So anyway, getting on to the whole of this first arc. Do you guys have any favorite moments, Joseph?
Well, I kind of said mine with the whole Maori thing.
Oh, Maori with
the worm. That's cool. The worm.
With the baby face?
With the baby.
I'm not gonna go into it much.
The neck
but
spikes.
when they're fighting, when Ichigo's fighting Renji, and then Byakuya comes and like pretty much saves Renji because
Renji's stupid.
That's another.
Renji had like Naruto goggles in the beginning,
and then like Ichigo like sliced him in half.
He's
Wow.
All right,
That
so
happened.
Carlos, do you have a favorite moment in this rescue arc? Or, I'm sorry, almost the rescue arc, the substitute arc.
Let's see here.
the hot tub scene.
Yeah. I think I'd have to say. Y'all are gonna laugh at this, but the scene where Yachiru, Lieutenant's messenger comes up to her and she's like, "I'm watching Kenny fight." Turns to him, he's like, "Oh God!" That was just like, "I'm sorry, ma'am." That moment, I realized she's amazing. She's got some deep power that nobody can comprehend.
Yep.
I bet it scares Kenny.
So Jackson, what about you, man?
I've actually got two.
No, cool.
Alright, the first part, whenever Ichigo blocks that Hueco Mundo, or not Hueco Mundo, but the Minos Grandes,
the Zero.
because everybody's like, "You're not gonna do it! You're not gonna do it! You're too much of a bitch!"
I like the scene like
was so
after that
cool.
where fucking he what's his face tapes his Ichigo's sword to his head.
Yes.
And he's like, what are you doing?
I like that, and I also like the whole Ichigo going into his like inner world thing.
Yeah,
I
that
just,
was cool.
for whatever reason, like back in these days, I thought I was really into philosophy. And so like
The
I was just
philosophy of
thinking,
Jackson.
oh my gosh, that might be what it's like inside of your mind.
He was torrenting a lot of
And I was-
philosophy books.
Yeah. And I don't know what it was, but I used to just be like, that is the freaking most legit thing I have ever seen. I just applauded every time I saw an episode of it. I was
He's like in the shower trying to meditate.
He's like, I'm gonna go to that one.
beautiful. I hope I find my like
the world?
in there. Like, yeah, I don't know why. I just loved it. Whenever he was training in there, I was like, I can also train inside of my own city, inside of my brain, inside of my. And it was just.
I wonder if my brain is flooded.
Hey, you have Ultimate Frisbee in there.
Yeah, yes.
That's what they do in Wire.
He tried this. He was in a coma for 3
Him and his
weeks.
hollow self.
Yeah. Ichigo almost becoming a hollow was actually really. I thought it was going to happen. I was
Yeah,
like,
that was pretty cool.
whoa, that was cool. Like, it was nail biting. But anyway.
That was awesome.
Jared?
First fight between Ichigo and Kenny.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
You just say Renji?
Yeah.
Because everybody enjoyed that fight.
That's a good one.
Because that fight was so
We all
good.
laughed.
Yes. And
Yes.
that whole part where Renji and Byakuya do come, and they just take away Rukia, and he's just left like dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
That was
see,
kind of heartbreaking
Yeah.
too. Like she's like, "Don't come after me.
And
I
then
will
you-
not forgive
and
you."
then you just see hand clogs walk up.
That's actually really cool in the manga because it's all black and white. It's actually
Yeah.
really cool.
I liked it in animation form too.
All right, my favorite scene moments. I know you guys are gonna like it, but it's actually with Don.
No!
I love that episode. I laughed so hard at Rukia and at Ichigo's dad and his sisters. I'm like, whoa! I laughed so hard.
How old are you?
I'm 12.
I will agree with him. That episode did bring me the giggles.
It's a funny episode. You're like the whole thing with Hercule. You want
Aside
him to
from all
die.
that, the whole like ending of the show with like Kon's like little mini show at the end.
We ain't even talking about Kon.
Oh, we didn't talk about Kon!
A huge grievance on our part.
We are the stupidest people.
Jackson, write that down.
It's not bad for him because he doesn't even like Kon.
I hate Kon.
What?
Now I'm a Kon.
Why are you here?
You're a Kon head.
That's actually a really good episode.
That is a good
Whenever
episode.
Kon first gets introduced, he's awesome until he gets put in a stupid lion.
Story.
And it's the
lion.
I love that
I
line.
always hate that character in anime, though. I always hate the
silly
cutesy,
one?
stupid retard character.
But
that
you
they-
love Shippo.
And you look at reindeer from One Piece.
The reindeer isn't even that in One Piece, okay? Like, One Piece doesn't really have that.
You call him grotesque.
He's grotesque.
Happy is the only one I've ever liked.
Oh, Happy's amazing.
Happy's the funniest thing.
He's Shippo. I don't know why you.
No, he's not.
Happy.
Shippo sucks.
Very
Let's get back to we missed out Kon.
Alright, that's
The
I'm
name's-
sorry. You guys just praise him all day.
The
I
namesake
hate
of
him.
our whole podcast group.
He so sucks.
You're welcome, by the
He's
way.
a mod soul. In
He's a lion.
He's a lion.
He's a okay.
Okay, not a lion. He is a teddy bear lion.
Well,
Okay.
when he first shows
He's a
up,
lion.
he's strong, right? He's got like Ichigo flying around buildings.
Yeah,
and
he's
stuff
like jumping
that.
super high.
Well, with the mod souls, they had
He's checking out
to.
Orihime and Ichigo's body.
Yeah.
It's super
Well, with the
funny.
mod souls, they replace their soul in their body so they can move around instead of just like laying flat on the ground. And when Kon gets Ichigo's body, he decides to do whatever the hell he wants to.
Yep.
And it's one of the best episodes in actually the first season because he's like flying, doing all his badass
He's like
crap.
breaking his legs on accident.
Yeah, he like fell off a building. He's like, it's not my body.
And he's a super perv.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god, he's a perv.
So, unlike the rest of the cast that just keeps getting stronger and stronger, Kon stays the same.
Stays the exact same. Now, not to say that he's weak. He's
is
just
not.
weaker. He's weaker than everybody else.
He's
And
got
that's
the
weak.
power of a pillow, but the determination
Of
a
a lion,
Godzilla.
of a Soul
Something
Reaper.
Yeah.
And
Oh, he's so
God, he's just so
freaking pillow.
he's hilarious, is what he is.
I would love another episode where he's being Ichigo again and just jacking around.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause
That's a great
so funny.
episode.
A nice little pause episode of like a day in the life of
Yeah,
Kon.
because I don't like Kon's life as the stupid lion. He's just a moron.
Well,
He
they-
doesn't do anything.
They have those ones where
Those
he's
stupid
a
superhero ones?
Yeah.
Oh god. I hate those ones.
And what about all those ones that they introduced in like the Hueco Mundo arc? All those, or not the Hueco Mundo, but the three.
Yeah, the
bounce?
The bounce.
Yeah.
Oh, I
God.
hate that one.
Oh, why do y'all hate those guys? They're
No, I
all
like
good.
those guys. I like their
I like the little-
characters.
I like the
I don't
little-
like that stupid story.
Oh,
Yeah. I like the little turtle guy.
Yeah, and the little chicken lady.
No, I don't like the chicken lady.
Oh.
The little girl. You do. I kind of like the guy who had the weird,
Nah,
like
dude.
different colored hair. He made me lol.
Well, getting on to the last
Sorry.
part of this first arc here.
You know what we forgot?
Who we forget?
We forgot Rukia's drawings. They're amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, true that.
Oh, I forgot my all-time favorite part of the season though.
Okay.
Is where Ichigo is training with Urahara to get into the Soul Reaper powers, and he has to find Zangetsu and like that massive like sea of blades, and he's going through like blade
That's
after
when he's training with Yoraichi.
Yeah, that's Yoriichi's training.
in
Yeah.
down
Yes.
below.
He's
Yeah.
trying
Yes.
to learn his band.
Urahara, he cuts off his soul chain
Yeah.
in that pit.
Turns
Yeah, but he has
into
to
a
find
hollow.
him, yeah.
No.
No,
No,
that's
he
a
has to.
different
He has
time,
to
man.
meet Zangetsu and learn his sword's name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that part.
I
But
know.
That's not the one you're
Maybe
talking
I'm
about.
mixing them.
You're
Then.
totally
They're
mixing
mixing them.
We're
I
all telling you
apologize.
you're mixing them.
I apologize, but I love that part where
We'll
he's like,
have the season 3 podcast sometime.
well, I love that part where he goes like, well, find out my name. Is like, Zangetsu! I'm like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
But, oh yeah, Rukia's drawings,
Adorable.
Oh,
they're so cute, and Ichigo,
I love when she's not serious.
I love it too. She's hilarious. Ichigo,
She just holds him up and you just see her face and you're just like, ah.
yeah.
well, not only that, but she expects so much, like, appreciation for these on the part of Ichigo, and Ichigo's is like,
I don't know what this is.
These look like crap. And
She like draws the map.
I mean, they're like little 4-year-old macaroni drawings, and she's just like so proud.
So proud of them, and she shows them to Ichigo, and he's like, "These are crap," and then she beats the ever-living crap out of him.
Which totally deserved.
And he deserves it, but it's hilarious.
Does Kon deserve it?
Every time.
Every time.
Kon has deserved every beating he'll ever get.
Guys, where are the Kon Heads? And this is the Bleach podcast. The first part of
The
it.
first part of it.
There will be more.
There will be more.
Rescue arcs.
There's
Wakamundo
a few
arcs.
arcs.
God, the Wakamundo arc is going to take like 4 episodes.
I'm not looking forward to the Muramasa arc.
Muramasa.
We're just going to throw all the filler into one arc and just be miserable for one day.
We're just not all
He's like him in the clouds going, "Oh!"
I'm gonna be barfing the entire time.
We'll pit on some alternative music.
We're gonna start up the podcast in a very somber tone.
Pour some wine, put on some candles.
Dark parts of your
So anyway, this has been the Kon Heads Part 1 of the Bleach
Oh, yeah.
Saga.
So
So
good.
stay tuned. We're gonna have more of these. Hopefully, we'll have them like organized so you can go through them. Like, oh yay, that's actually I can understand that. So anyway, for Select Your Player and Kon Heads, this is the Kon Heads Bleach special. This is Thomas.
Dodger J.
Carlos.
Jackson.
And of course, Jared.
Of course.
Of course.
We are Kon Heads. Good night.
Good